Traveling Arena, hello, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing all right. And looking at the thumbnail of today's topic, well, we're going to talk about kids' safety. More importantly, we're going to go through some things that should help you not get separated from your kids. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're traveling by plane, bus, or automobile. You got families out there traveling, and unfortunately, being in the transportation industry myself, I come across this a lot where somehow the kids and parents, rather it's mom, rather it's dad, or rather sometimes it's mom and dad, are somewhere and their kid is at an unknown location. You know, they don't know they're in panic mode. Well, I will say this. First of all, you're an adult. What are you doing? What has you so preoccupied that you don't have your eye on your child? Now, I can understand if maybe, they're teens, they may wander off somewhere, they may go into a store, they may see something that they like. I mean, when they're teens, you pretty much trust them to stick around. You don't have to really keep an eye on them as much. But still, you should always be aware of where your child is at any age. You know, get off the phone, quit looking at the sports updates. And, when you're out traveling, doesn't matter if you're in a bus station, train depot, or at the airport, your child should be visible to you at all times. There should be no reason for any separation whatsoever. Now, again, I understand if they're teenagers and they want to go to the bathroom. Obviously, you're not going to just go in there behind them like you would a toddler or so. But still, don't leave your area, without that teen. They may come back, mom, dad's gone, and they're walking around looking for you, and you're sitting there thinking, oh, so and so will find us. No, that's not always the case. Your kid is not responsible for finding you. You are responsible for finding your kid. Even if you have to get one of those, well, for the toddlers anyway, toddlers and the younger kids, even if you have to get one of those book bags with the leash on it, or have the leash, like around their wrist or something. I mean, even if you have to get that to keep them around you, to keep them in sight, this so be it. You do what you got to do to keep your kid in sight. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Never, ever, ever get on a bus, plane, train, ship, where have you, and it's about to leave in 5 minutes, and you're in panic mode because you don't know where your kid is. I mean, they may be on the plane, they may not. They may be on that bus, they may not. What if you're on that bus and you take off and your 14-year-old son or daughter, is back at the bus depot? You left for Charlotte going to Raleigh and yesterday at the bus depot. I mean, to be honest with you, there's no excuse for it. Your child is your responsibility. Not the workers that work there, not security, not, law enforcement. I mean, of course, obviously, we'll help you out if you do lose your child. But overall, child is your responsibility. I mean, like a hawk, the child should be within your visual radius at all times. Heck, within arm's reach at all times. And let's say if you do have a teen or something, they want to go to the bathroom or whatever, no problem. But don't leave. And let's say if you're in a seating area and this happens, every so often the seating area get closed because the janitors want to clean it or something, or you know the seating area may close at like maybe 10 o'clock or something like that. It happens. Fine. I mean, leave the seating area, but stay, I want to say, around the entranceway or like somewhere on the outside, somewhere where if someone's coming back to the seating area, they can see you and you can see them. Don't just leave the entire area completely and be gone and be at another part of the station or air terminal, and your 15-year-old son comes back, seating area is closed, but they don't know where you're at. At least stay in the area where it's visible, and always look in the direction of the bathroom of where they're going to. As a matter of fact, always look at the direction that they're going, even if they, let's say, I want to go to the gift shop, I want to get some water, or, I want to get me a magazine or a book to read for the trip. Always look at the direction that they're going so that more than likely that's the direction that they're coming back. If, let's say, the seating area closes or something, or, the train's about to board. Never just leave and they don't know where you are, you don't know where they are. It's just one wild goose chase. But always formulate a plan. That's something that I tell all parents, that unfortunately that have to go through this, that I have to help them with, is always have a plan. Have a talk down with your kids. One, there's no excuse to get separated. But let's say if it does, have a meeting point. It could be at the customer service office. It could be at a seating area. It could be at the police booth. If anything happens, if we get separated, this is where we meet up at. And one of the good things I say about police booth or the customer service office is, if worst comes to worst, they could always do a page over the overhead PA system, and they can page your son and daughter. They can page grandma and grandpa. Come in the customer service office or come to the police booth or even security booth, so everybody could be reunited. Just a couple of tips like that. I mean, it takes small things, to keep everybody safe. And one thing I want to say to you parents, and I see this a lot, and this really, really bothers me, is that, let's say you do become separated from your kid or kids, never raise your voice and yell at them or curse at them because they got lost. Never do that. Never put the blame on the kid. If you want to put the blame on somebody, look in the mirror. That's who the blame falls on. You're the adult, they're the child. That child is your responsibility, not the other way around. Kids are responsible for nothing. It's the parents that are responsible for the kids. And you got to remember, to a kid, they're still growing up. They're not all here. I mean, the kids are smart, but still, they're still growing. They're still learning. And they could easily make a mistake of looking at someone that's, I don't know, probably has their same hairstyle, probably wearing the same jacket as you, probably carrying the same luggage as you, and could easily just walk and follow them, thinking, okay, this is my dad, he's wearing a brown trench coat, and it turns out it's just some completely different stranger, some random dude just going on about his business. and the kid is like, oh, where's my dad? So, always keep that in mind that, kids are, still learning. Kids, they make mistakes. They're not always thinking, oh, I need to pat this person in the back, make sure this is mom. They may think, okay, from the back, ponytail, blonde hair, hey, it's my mom, and easily follow that woman, and that woman's all, going on about her business, all nonchalant. And next thing you know, your kid's lost. And do not know where to find you. But for those that have kids, even teens, I mean, yeah, they're more aware of stuff, and yeah, you get more trust in them probably, go to the bathroom on their own, or go to the souvenir shop. But still, I come across cases where, teens are running around looking for their parents because, the parents are, who knows. But anytime you travel, nothing matters more than the safety of your family, especially, like I said, the children. I mean, the destination, the journey, all that's good and fine and dandy, but it means nothing when it's panic mode and you don't know where certain members of the family is at. That's the worst thing that can happen, is separation. I mean, I've come across it numerous times. Numerous times. Making pages, going on trains, going to the station, just looking for, either mom and dad, or looking for their kid. I've always been able to, reunite everybody. But like I said, parents, do not get mad, take it out on those kids. Yell at yourself, not the child. You lost the child. The child did not lose you. So always keep that in here. You lost a child. Child didn't lose you. You lost a child. That's what being a parent is about. Be safe. Like I said, if you gotta get a leash, like on those book bags, or the ones that go around the wrist, hey, so be it. So be it. If you got one of those kids that just like to run around all over the place, you gotta put them on a leash. Do what you gotta do. And if they're older kids and they're teens, like I said, have a game plan. It doesn't matter if you're new to the train depot or bus station or whatever. Always have a game plan. Do a quick look around. Get a feel for where the information booth is, security booth or police booth or what have you. And have a sit down and be like, hey, if this happens, by chance we separate somehow, we meet here. Never get on the bus. Bus about to leave in 5 minutes. Oh, don't know where Sarah is. Gotta find Sarah. Don't ever do that. Now, I understand if you probably want to check the bus to see if maybe that child went on without you. But don't be on it ready to leave. And your child's back at the terminal just sitting there lost. I've almost had that happen a few times. But that's it. Short video today. Just want to make everybody aware. I mean, it doesn't matter your profession. Social class. Doesn't matter if you're, a travel buff or you just travel here and there. I mean, it doesn't matter. But safety, kid safety is number one. Destination, journey, all that comes second. Because that can all come, you know, to a screeching halt. And worst comes to worst, and somebody goes missing. Not just for a few minutes, but missing as in days, weeks, months, maybe years. All because of somebody not paying attention to their child. So spread the word. Those of you that have been here, thank you for your continued support. I'll keep pumping these good videos out. Get the message out there. Child safety. It's above everything else when you decide to travel. Even if it's a day trip, child safety. Never go somewhere and child's not there. No, everybody moves as a group. You go there as a family, you do everything as a family. Nobody goes missing, nobody gets split up for any reason whatsoever. Hey, quit standing there doing window shopping. Put the phone down because you want to check the scores. Eyes on kids. That's most important. Take care. Be well. Travel well. Spider out.